Hey guys, it's Ox here and welcome back to my channel. We are back finally with another keyboard review, and to be honest, we've seen the 65% before, actually 3 times now, 3 versions to be exact, and it's also back for one more. So today, let's all take a look and listen at the new Zoom65 V3 by Meletrix. A quick disclaimer before the video starts that the board was sent by Meletrix for a review, but I wasn't paid to make the video and they didn't see the final script, so it's just me reviewing the board freely on my thoughts and opinion about it. The group buy for the Zoom65 V3 is now live, so check out my affiliate link down below in case you want to help out the channel. So first, what is the Zoom65 V3? As the version implies, this is actually the 4th version of the Zoom65 series. Why it's 4th? Because they released a 2.5 prior to the V3. So unlike the V2 and 2.5, they only had a minor difference. But this time, the V3 is now jacked in terms of feature, so let's all break it down. So as typical Meletrix fashion, they are very known for a wide variety of color or case options. So you actually have a total of 16 colors to choose from with 3 special edition cases. There's also 20 backplates to choose from and 19 external weights to choose from. So for the looks, they also added the option to get a silver chamfer option, and to add a little bit of flair to the looks, as you can also get a taillight. So this is like an LED strip at the rear end of the board. So you have 2 options for the taillight, a red or frosted taillight. So do note that some of these are considered as an add-ons if you plan to purchase them. Now, for the new features of the Zoom65 V3, it now has 6 different modular options to choose from. So by default, it's coming in with the LED screen at the top right corner. So you also have the option to do a knob, magnetic badge, the nightlight badge, a 1-key badge in case you don't want the LED, and the nightlight dots modular. So all in total, 6 different modular options. So for the new structure, it now offers the very famous right now, the catch bow screwless assembly structure. This makes more sense for this board as the main feature of the board, or the V3. It now offers 7 different mounting points, and you can get all of that without buying one as an add-on. So by default, you get all 7 mounting structures. And yes, you can try 7 different mounting for the board, and I have also tried all of them and had the Sountest while using all of the mounting, which I'll link below. So breaking down the 7 mounting points, so it's consisting of the following: short arm spring or the lift spring, a non-loaded bearing spring, a split O-ring, and this one is very interesting, the magnetic levitation mounting. So it consists of a magnet, the very classic Silica gel, so this is the typical gasket mount, and of course the classic top mount. There's also one more, the floating Pogo mount. Now, for the pricing, so for the base price, all of this will start at $169. So it has no taillight and no chamfers, but you get the 7 mounting points and you get the LED screen at the top right corner. So please do note that tax and shipping will also vary depending on your location. For the PCB, it's still a tri-mode PCB and is now using a magnetic connector. I think they call it the Pogo connector as well, from the PCB to the daughter board. And you can also get the PCB at the 1.2mm flex cut or a 1.6 non-flex cut, which is very, very nice to see. For the plate options, by default, it comes in with the polycarbonates, and you have 5 add-on plates to choose from. I also believe that they will be adding the Hall effect or HE PCB soon. So if you want that, please stay tuned with Meletrix. And for the external weight right now, at the back weight, it also acts like a stash for your dongle for the tri-mode PCB. Now finally, let's take a closer look at the board itself. So they sent us, or I specifically asked for a cafe brown because I am into coffee lately and I've never had a brown keyboard, so why not? So finishing wise, I would say this is actually an upgrade in terms of the finishing quality on the board versus the previous Zoom65, as the e-coating here it's actually really smooth and doesn't have that rough texture to it. It also has that very nice matte finish to it. Now, I didn't see any imperfections on the prototype unit, so do note that this is not the final product, but considering how good the finish is on the prototype, I'm pretty sure that the quality would be better on the mass production unit. So now that you have everything you need to know about the Zoom65 V3, let's go ahead and do the sound test. For the sound test, I will be doing or including all 7 mounting points here. I'll just mix up a foam and no foam while using different switches. Again, I have a full uncut version uploaded if you want to hear the full sound test of a foam versus no foam while using all mounting points. It's on the link below. And by the way, for the keycaps, I also requested a Watchway Studios Blue Oasis Double Shot PBT. Honestly, their keycaps are surprisingly good, and I would say it's kind of underrated as the legends here are really crisp and very thick. It's also on sale right now for $45, so check it out if ever. And also, before the sound test, please do keep in mind that the sound and experience, it will always vary depending on how you build your keyboard or on how you will build the Zoom65 V3. So with all of that out of the way, please do enjoy the sound test on the new Zoom65 V3. And that was the sound test for the Zoom65 V3. Please do let me know on what you think about them on the comment section down below. If you want to have a quick discussions, I would like to share your thoughts and opinion as well with me. Also, if you made it up to this point of the video or on the review, I'd like to say thank you for staying. Now let's go ahead and talk about my overall thoughts on the Zoom65 V3. Let's first start with everybody's question, the 7 mounting points. RX, is it really necessary or is it all a gimmick? Honestly, with all 7 mounting points, I would say you can only get 3. 3 sound and 3 feel. Now, what do I mean by this? Let me break it down. If you want a bouncy typing feel on the board and sounds more dispersed, the magnetic lev, spring mounts, and the floating pogo mount, in all honesty, all of these 3 mounting points that I've mentioned would give you the best bounce on your build, especially the magnetic levitation mount. It's really bouncy. The spring and the floating pogo, it's almost the same in terms of the bounce and feel. Now, second, if you want more on the middle ground, like you don't want the stiff and you don't want the bouncy, just in between, the Silica gel and the leaf spring mounts will give you the best balance amongst all mounting points, as there's more feel and bounce while also maintaining a good amount of a fuller sound profile. And third and last, if you want a stiff and a full sounding build, I would say the split O-ring and the top mount both would give you the max amount of stiffness while still maintaining a pleasant feel when typing. For me, for the mounting points, for the 3 that I've mentioned, I like the magnetic lev for the bounce, leaf spring for a balanced typing feel, and split O-ring if I want the stiffness and fullness in terms of the feel. Again, this is just my opinion. I've tried the board for almost 2 weeks now, and this is what I have noticed. You'd only now wouldn't really say only, but for me, I say it's just the three: a bouncy feel, a middle ground feel, and a stiff feel. Sound wise, same as the feel, I have three categories. On the mounts, the bounciest will give you that thinner sound profile, while the balanced mount will give you that middle ground. It's thin yet full sound profile on the alphas. And lastly, for the stiff mounts will give you the fuller sound profile on the Zoom65. And I would also say that it sounds good and decent enough without the foam, but I wouldn't say it's not that foam reliant. It's a bit foam reliant, as with foam, it sounds really foamy, or it has that foamy sound signature. Overall, I wouldn't say the 7 mounting points was a gimmick, but I find it that they might have overdone it, if that makes sense. As explained earlier, some mounting points feel the same as the other one, and sound-wise, there wasn't really that much of a difference. Would say top mount and magnetic lev mount has the big amount of difference in terms of sound, but feel-wise, again, it's stiff, bouncy, and middle ground. But it was still a nice experience to rebuild the board 7 times. I really had fun. It was a bit of a hassle, but it brings the joy on building the keyboard. So again, it really boils down to your preference. And that's it for the video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed the review on the Zoom65 V3. The group buy is now live, and please do check out my affiliate link down below in case you want to help out the channel. If you find the review helpful, please don't forget to like the video. I have more keyboard reviews and Switch reviews coming up, so please stay tuned on that. And again, please don't forget to like the video, share if you want, and of course, subscribe for more. And I'll see you guys on the next review. Peace.